Welcome to Pillow Talks with Victor, where love lingers in words. Tonight I share with you a story of nostalgia, of unspoken feelings, and of a letter that was never sent, but never forgotten. They say words unspoken weigh more heavily than the ones we say aloud. And somewhere in the bottom drawer of my desk, there is a letter that carries all the weight of a lifetime. I wrote it years ago, to her, to Ananya. It was one of those nights when memories press too hard on the walls of my heart. The kind of night when silence feels louder than any music. And you begin to wonder about the choices you made, the turns you didn't take. We had been young, foolish even, but we were in love the way only two dreamers can be. She had a laugh that could break through the heaviest clouds, and eyes that always looked like they were keeping a secret. I never figured out if the secret was hers or mine, or perhaps ours together. Life, however, has its own rhythm, and sometimes it pulls people apart, even when love is still there. When she left for another city, we promised to write, and we did, for a while. The letters started full of plans, of the future we imagined. But slowly, as months slipped into years, they grew shorter, colder, until finally there were no more. But that one letter, the one I never sent, was different. I wrote it on a rainy evening, much like the night I first told her I loved her. I sat at my desk, listening to the soft patter of rain against the window, and I poured everything onto the page. The laughter we shared, the fights that left us silent, the way she leaned against me at train stations as if she belonged nowhere else but there. I told her how I still waited for her letters, even when I knew they would never come. I told her how the world felt quieter without her voice. And at the very end, I wrote the words I had never dared to say aloud. I think I will love you for the rest of my life. When I finished, I folded the paper carefully, slid it into an envelope, and wrote her name across the front. Ananya, just her name, but I never posted it. Why? Maybe because I was afraid she had already moved on, afraid I would sound like a man clinging to ghosts, afraid that if I sent it, the silence that followed would be worse than the silence I already knew. So I kept it, and through the years it has stayed with me, aging quietly as I did. Sometimes when the nights are long and the house feels too empty, I open that drawer and unfold the letter. The ink has faded, but the words are still alive, as raw and trembling as the night I wrote them. I imagine sometimes what might have happened if I had posted it. Would she have written back? Would she have come to find me? Or would she have read it with a sad smile and placed it in her own drawer of things best left unsent? We never know the lives we could have lived, only the ones we hold on to. And yet even now, I do not regret writing it. Because in that letter, I gave myself permission to love her fully, without holding back. Even if only on paper. Perhaps love is not always about grand gestures, or even about being together. Sometimes it is about carrying a piece of someone within you, quietly, tenderly, for all your days. And so, the letter remains. A small reminder that some stories are not meant to be finished. Some are meant to be remembered. And though she may never read it, I hope, wherever she is, she still feels it. Because the truth is, Ananya, I never stopped writing to you. If you've ever carried love quietly in your heart, words you never spoke, letters you never sent, you'll understand the story. Love doesn't always need an ending. Sometimes it lives forever, in memory, in silence, in the letters we keep but never mail. Thank you for listening, and remember, here at Pillow Talks with Victor, love always lingers in words.